back. This is P. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe now. That way you'll be up to date with all our latest unboxing and review videos. So today is TGIF, June the 20th, 2025. This month is rolling. But with that said, tomorrow's release is going to be the Jordan 5 Retro Grapes. So make sure you got your raffles in if you're planning on getting this particular sneaker on release date, right, for store pickup. So that's going to be your Hibbett's, your Foot Locker, Dick's Sporting Goods, Champs, Finish Line. Do your work. If you have a local store to pick up, or even if you're on vacation and you still got to have these, do your Google searches and all of that. Now, you can still go to the store and try to obtain these sneakers when they release, but because it's an OG colorway, don't be surprised depending on the location, right? Especially if you haven't bought a pair of sneakers in a while. If you're not truly a sneakerhead, but this means something to you because it released in 1990, maybe you had it as a kid, or your parent had it, or you're a Charlotte Hornets fan with that OG colorway, or Jordan 5 collector. Make sure you got everything intact to prepare yourself for release day. Now, it is release day, so you have raffles for online, right, that you can enter, ship to home, and you can enter online at 10 o'clock. Just be on point, have everything set up, your accounts, be ready to check out through Rakuten to receive some cash back on your purchase. And make sure your credit cards and payments, all the dates and everything is up to par. That's one thing you got to make sure, especially if you lost a credit card or had to get a replacement. Make sure everything is saved to increase your chances, and maybe even work as a team or a network with some friends. This is a great shoe that's going to release for back to school. And it hadn't released in a while, since like 2018, 19, 20, or 21 maybe, where they had the version without the laces. All right. Also, shout out to my day one YouTube subscribers. Appreciate the love and support. Shout out to the Sneakerholic. Follow him on Instagram. That's OG Sneakerholic. That's my friend Jay Boogie. On these next two sneakers that I unboxed today, he let me borrow these for the review. So I definitely appreciate that. And if you haven't already, hit the notification bell. That way you'll have an alert on your device, your smartphone, your smartwatch, your tablet, whenever we upload new content. And let's go ahead and get into this particular release. So these released last week, or maybe the week before. Hey, but better late than not having a review at all. I wasn't selected for this particular pair. I entered for a raffle. Haven't really been hitting on late Hibbett Sports. Comment below if y'all been catching L's and you used to constantly be able to be selected for store pickup or ship to home through Hibbett's. I don't know what's going on, but I know that this release was a little bit limited. It's the Jordan 14 Retro Ferrari in the red colorway. We got the OG style box, silver. This is a box that we saw, I think, in the mid 2000s, because this shoe released, well, after the mid 2000s, mid 2010s, because this shoe hasn't released but one time prior to this, and that was in 2014. So it's 2025, slightly a decade later. And, Jordan brand, sometimes I wonder about certain colorways and sneaker releases. What is the thought process? I get it with the grapes, because it's almost back, even though school is out, these little weeks is going to fly by and you're right back to school. So that was a good strategic move. I remember having the Charlotte Hornets, Larry Johnson's, like in 6th grade back in the day, instead of the grapes, which released the same year, just to give a little background history, because of course they was more expensive, but which one holds more value now? Look it up. But yeah, so with this one, with it being all red, I would have just thought closer to autumn, because I think that's when they released the Jordan 14. The blue ones, they've released the blue ones and the yellow ones. One of them was in the fall, and one of them was in the low cut form. Or maybe they had a high release and then later on a low top. But comment below if the Jordan 14s is one of your favorites. My favorite Jordan 14 colorway is the black toe. Check out my videos on those. I've had them each time they released, except for the original release. So yeah. But anyway, Jordan 14 Ferrari. We'll talk about it. We'll go in depth. This is the OG box in silver. So if you've recently became a sneaker collector, sneakerhead, or sneaker reseller, and this is your first time, seeing the Jordan 14 release, having it in hand, or maybe you're getting ready to order it, we'll go over all of that at the resale price point. This is the box that it's going to come in. Your metallic platinum silver with your Jumpman right here and infrared. The Jumpman is representing Michael Jordan. We're talking about his 14th year in the NBA, 14th season. Which, keep in mind, when the Jordan 9 released in 1993, he had retired that year. Okay, so Air Jordan 14 Retro, and the color is going to be challenge red and black. And this is a size 11. My true to size is a 9.5, and a lot of times I'll order a size 10. But like I said, shout out to Jay Boogie, the sneakerholic. This is his size. So I'm gonna try to keep the box and everything as crisp and pristine as possible. So it has the flip up lid, crispy paper, flat, and each individual sneaker is wrapped separately. So let's try to be careful. And you're gonna wanna do this too. Especially like, let's say you was able to get 2 pairs. Keep in mind this is limited. You might want one to wear and one to stash away or flip, right? Oh snap, so this is the left side, all suede upper. All right, so we're gonna set this one right here. My first Jordan 14s, other than the black toes, when I started reselling in 2014, I think the ones I'm getting ready to mention released in June of 2014 or June of 2015 was the Black Thunder 14s, or the 14 Thunder. Alright, so lots of protection, and they want to wrap these separately just in case the ink from this red bleeds over time. It's a challenge red. So normally with Jordans, you're gonna have so many different red variations of red colorways because Michael Jordan left UNC, right? When he secured his championship in 1982 and was drafted in the NBA with the Chicago Bulls. 1984-1985, his rookie season. Signed a deal with Nike, Jordan 1. Each year you get a different model. So look how futuristic this particular model is 14 years later, from the 80s all the way to 1998. And this particular model is lightweight, actually. With all this weight, this shoe is very lightweight. And we're going to go over the aesthetics and also, the design concept and the ergonomics of this sneaker versus from the Jordan 1s, 2s, which are heavy and bulky. The 3s, which is a fan favorite. The 4s, which is my favorite. The 5s, like the grape OGs. And how the weight of certain sneakers just feel heavier. And when you're on the court, you want something lightweight. This actually almost feels like a modern 2023 to 25 sneaker. And it's a size 11. I'm not really used to reviewing a size this large. But Michael Jordan did secure a championship the year that this shoe was released. So there's 6 championships, along with a slam dunk contest win in 1988, Dream Team Olympic gold medalist, all-star player every year. I mean, he's the GOAT, greatest of all time. Leading scorer, triple doubles, whatever you can think of. If you don't already know, especially if you're from a newer generation that didn't actually grow up watching Michael Jordan play, and you know he's the GOAT, you watch clips on YouTube, check out the series The Last Dance, which was released at the same time The Last Dance, Jordan 5 Fire Reds was released. So like 2021, 22, maybe 23. I think it may have been 2021 or 22. I think. Maybe 23, but I think it's more like 21 or 22. But anyway, that way you can get some history and you can see the greatness, right? And how the torch was passed. A lot of great NBA players, but some of the ones that, you know, was more in the limelight and mimic Jordan's gameplay to a T. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and King James, and a lot of individuals was definitely inspired to be like Mike, Space Jam, and all of that. All right, so the 14, check out the outsole. So the design of the Ferrari 14 is based off of Michael Jordan's red Ferrari. I think he had a black Ferrari, but I'm sure he had multiple colors. But this particular model. So like my favorite is the black toe. So that's gonna look the most like his Ferrari, but this is maybe his red Ferrari. So the design team wanted to use the outsole of the shoe, herringbone traction, right? On the heel, carbon fiber shank plate, which was introduced with the Jordan 11 and with the 12, the 13, and the 14 to make the shoe lightweight in the arch area, more comfortable when you got to think you're performing as an athlete on the court on a professional level, and you're the greatest in the NBA game. You're the most popular fan favorite, which means you got the money to get the sneaker exactly how you want it, right? Because it's part of your game. Your game starts with the foundation of your body, the base, your feet, right? So the arch area, shank plate, and then defense and all of that. Michael Jordan's image right here with the Jumpman and this challenge red. And the upper, where the ball of your foot is, more herringbone traction, your pivot point with the Roman numeral 14 is in yellow. And these hits of yellow right there on the top of the tongue a little bit with Jordan, and the ends right here in yellow, and behind the tongue with the Roman numeral 14 on the heel. This is going to be like your tires, right? The way it goes up. So the tire traction on the sports car, the Ferrari. In yellow, the Jumpman, and 23. And then you have the Ferrari emblem, which is on the hood of the vehicle, of the sports car. And keep in mind, think about it, they had to make sure that Ferrari signed off on this. I just created a short, and I have an older video of Puma and their Ferrari collab. Michael Jordan been doing this in the Jumpman and the Jordan brand team. And you have the Jumpman right here. But back from the outsole, which is going to lead to the midsole, you got the carbon fiber all the way through here. And we all know the carbon fiber. Keep in mind, we got the movie releasing soon, Formula One, with Brad Pitt and my man that played Franklin in this series, Snowfall, the crime drama. Makes everything lightweight, right? Lightweight hood with the carbon fiber. And right here, this part right here, I used to know all of this stuff.
It's modeled after the Ferrari.
I forgot what this part is. Comment below, but why this design is right here in carbon fiber. But I do know that it used to be like a little mesh air vent, like right here. Oh, it's on the inner. All right, so on the medial side, check this out. You got a little screen mesh vent for airflow, just like you do in sports cars. That's crazy. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. For airflow, and part of the airflow ergonomics, and to make the car not get held up by the wind at high speeds. So like velocity, all of the aerodynamics, all types, right? All right, so that's an actual usage in the sneaker. All right, so the upper, after the carbon shank plate, is going to be your challenge red. Like I said, you have infrared, you have varsity red, gym red, all different shades, but still some sort of game red to, blend in with the Jordan uniform, the Chicago Bulls.
Number 23.
All right, then you have a little black baby Jumpman in the toe box area, which is stitched and embroidered. And the tongue is super soft, almost like a nubuck material too, in black. And you have black oval laces for your lacing system. And it's sort of inside, so it's not even really visible except for the top lace eye, eye. Yeah, so functional, that's what I meant to say. Perfect, on the video side. So great aesthetics. And keep in mind, if you're wearing this casually, you definitely want to get you some sort of nubuck spray that's a water and fluid repellent, especially if it rains, so it's no spills. And try to keep your upper suede clean. That's going to be a challenge, like this challenge red. The interior of the shoe, the sock liner and everything is black. The Jumpman on the insole is going to be white, and you can actually see the mesh through the interior of the shoe, where you're going to get some of that airflow. Keep your feet cool, nothing slowing you down, very functional. So overall, yeah. Now, your lace tips are metal and silver. And keep in mind, this is the second time that it's released in, when I say 2014, that doesn't seem very long, but it's over a decade, right? Think about it. So that's how long it's been. So let's say you're trying to cop these, they may not have a restock. They had one with JD Sports, and I tried. Comment below if you tried. And I actually saw the shoe, but I wasn't able to, and the size was available. I was trying to get the size 10, and I just tried any size, and I wasn't able to add it to my cart and secure a successful checkout. So I doubt this is going to restock, unless it's some returns or canceled orders. And if you see a restock and you need these, you better jump on it. Maybe be patient. But if you have to have this particular shoe now, I'm seeing prices on the resale market at $340 and up. I've seen even higher, $400 and $500 on GOAT. So that's meaning $340 at boutiques. Hopefully, those are sneaker resellers, sneaker shops. These retailed, I think, at $220 if I'm not mistaken, plus tax. So that's what you're going to be looking at. I think these are up for $325 plus shipping if listed on eBay. And that's just how the ball bounces if you know about the resale game. $300, $400, and $500 for a pair of sneakers? It's because these may never release again for another 10 years. And the craftsmanship, the way the color pops. But the question is, what are you going to wear with this? Think about it. All black everything? You know, we're in summer, but if you hold these till fall, when temperatures start to drop a little bit, like this week's supposed to be 98. It's going to be black jersey shorts, black cargo shorts, and maybe a tank top or something. But if you're wearing all black, that's going to draw more heat, so it's up to you. But in autumn, I would think black pants, whether it's cargo pants or jeans, and a plaid flannel. If you could find a red, black, and yellow, that would be crazy. But if not, you got your tech fleece, you got your joggers, you got all of that good stuff. But once again, this is the Jordan 14 Ferrari. How do you feel about these? And I promise these are super lightweight. Very lightweight, even with the suede upper. It's not a heavy shoe. It's nothing that's going to feel bulky and weight. I mean, it's a little bulky, but it's not going to weigh you down. You should be able to move comfortable. It's just the design of the shoe. Yeah, when these released back in 2014, I'm sure these was either 179 or 189 at the most. But yeah, comment below how you feel about this. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is capital P.oastman. Follow me on Instagram. Also, check me out on TikTok. Check out my eBay store, P.oastman. And this is going to wrap it up. Alright? Stay blessed. Have a great weekend. Good luck on your Jordan 5 Retro Grapes. OG colorway, fresh print style. These are the 14s. I like the Ferraris. They're fine. I call it L because they was stamped. So I guess I have to try to call them for 300 before I go down.
Mother, nah. Get straight to it because there is no other. Like what? Shout out to my boy. He's more like a brother. I'm about to get straight into it. I ain't strapped with the water. I'm about to slide in the shit without food, without quarters. You know, we got some guys that I'm spitting our quarters. You know, we.